Hello. I just got home from school. It's about 10-ish p.m. Very tired. I had a long couple of days of work, but I got through it all, and I thought I'd make a video on how. Um, First of all, I want to mention a YouTuber whose name is Brad. BradInMe is his nickname, and Brad is an awesome example of living through illness and accepting yourself to the point that you can move on. All sorts of intuitive things, great ideas, great thoughts, great reflections. So check out BradInMe and onto getting through school. So how do I get through school? The first thing is I always take a thermos of tea, and I'm not a big Starbucks fan, but I love their hardware. It's well worth the investment. I keep a thermos of tea with me. It stays nice and hot. It's ready. It feels good on my hands. I use a metal one. It gives me a metal cup and heat transfer. It feels really good. Keeps me up. Keeps me hydrated. Keeps me feeling good. Also, it's worth being 10 minutes late if it means that I get 10 minutes of rest before I go to class. A little dab will do you when it comes to being able to focus and feeling rested. They say that with drivers too. When you take a break, if you're tired on the road, it's amazing what 20 minutes will give you as far as longevity on a long trip. I also try to eat a protein bar or something that's high protein if I don't get a chance to have dinner. Something that's not going to preoccupy me with an upset stomach, but something that still feels substantial. And I also use a laptop, which helps take notes, and electronic books. So you kind of have to be quick to go back and forth between the textbook and your notes electronically, but getting that skill down really helps me out. The only thing that gets me in class is that I don't attend school on campus most of the time. I attend online. When I do attend on campus, I can't stop fidgeting. I cannot sit still. I've never been someone to sit still, and I'm always changing my braces, and whatever keeps me going, I do. I just do it. And part of the sensitivity I think I'm perceiving in my classmates is from my own anxiety, and that goes up as the class goes on and I get more tired. But part of the sensitivity I think comes from what I perceive to be a lack of awareness and a lack of immersion. They're not used to seeing somebody who switches braces and can't sit still. They're not used to that. I think, though, in a good learning environment, that after a while, we all get desensitized to our classmates and we start focusing on the material, which is as it should be, but at the same time, I'm still distracted by the fact that I'm trying not to distract anybody else. At the same time, I'm trying to change my braces or sit the right way or hold my pen the right way and keep myself focused. It's a lot to take in, but it's worth a shot. Sometimes I don't make it through class and I either have to leave early, or a couple of times I've had to withdraw completely. But it's always worth it to me to keep trying and keep trying, because when I do get through a class successfully, I feel really good about it. In the meantime, I don't want to forego my own health and progress just because of a discomfort I merely perceive, of which I have no particular proof. So, I'm trying not to worry too much about my classmates, but I always feel like I owe some sort of apology, and that's something that I need to break. That's a stigma within myself that I need to reject because I want to, because I think it's necessary. I don't think a stigma should be around, and I think that if one of my classmates was disabled in some way, or I don't know, somehow challenged, I would rather they were there than not. So I have to assume, because it's all I have to go on, I haven't asked. At this point, I have to assume that people are just glad that I'm at least showing up. And I think that if I didn't show up for a number of times, that I would be missed. And I like that. I like feeling that way. It's nice that I have very welcoming classmates, and it's a tiny class, so that's good. So, recap. Kind of got straight off. But how do I get through it is I stay hydrated. I take a rest when I need to, especially if I can do it before class starts, because the first 10 minutes are never that important. If I can have my professor email my quizzes to me, I do them ahead of time so that I'm not walking in on that quiz time and losing it. A laptop with ebooks and building those technological skills and getting over the fidgeting, either emotionally so that I can deal with it myself, or wearing the right braces, staying rested, and just not having to do it as much. It also helps to ask for a chair with arms and a good back, which is not always available at the university setting. In fact, it seldom is, but when it is, it's worth gold. So there's lots of adaptations that you can make to get through school. I think most importantly, don't give up. Even if you end up withdrawing, if you take it again the following semester, or just figure it out. Figure it out and then share it. Share that information. I think that would be wonderful. If I could hear more of that from other EDSers, I would love that. Because I could certainly use the advice, the kick in the pants, and the company. Take care.